Welcome to Fish and Snacks, the podcast that teaches you all about what's going on in sports, in life, and in Hollywood. And now, how about a nice round of applause for Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Snacks Grunberg.
We're back. What is this, show 3 or 4? What is this?
Yeah. Show 4. What a great opening. You got a guy that did that. That is hip.
Jordan,
fun. I want to dance to it.
Yeah, isn't he great? He's such
great.
a good guy. We have a little thing going ourselves called My Life Soup to Nuts. We interview grandparents, parents, and they have it forever, and their kids have it forever, and the grandparents have it forever. And Jordan, the first one we did was with his grandpa, and you saw it. Pretty good, huh?
Very good.
Thanks.
Very good.
So what do we have on today? This is going to be interesting. I heard a rumor on the street.
You heard a rumor?
Rumor on the Streets of Love, a podcast, and you're doing great today, buddy.
I know. I'm showing the dogs right now. She's not a dog.
No.
Let me. You bring her in, but I'll intro her. I've known Ashley Bean about 17, 18 years, and her mom, Tana, and her stepdad, Julius, great people. She bartends with me at Chuck's Tavern on North Durango, but her big passion, like you and me, is animals, and she's very much into philanthropy with fostering dogs, getting dogs home, and I know that's really dear to our heart. So why don't you introduce her?
We're bringing in for show number 4, Ashley Bean. Yeah, baby, give her a nice hand.
Hey, welcome.
Hey.
Hi.
How you doing, girl? You're having a good hair day. Did you do the hair? Did you do the hair for?
Oh yeah, my little bubble braids.
I know. What's up with that? That's real, right? That's not.
Yeah,
fake.
it's all my hair.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
She looks like one of the Mission Impossible girls, you know?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Tom Cruise is gonna run and tackle her in 2 minutes. Watch.
Oh my
Bond girl.
gosh.
She looks like one of the Bond girls. Did you ever think of acting in your life?
No, negative.
No, because you're a bartender. As Fish told me, it's a performance every night or day.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Whatever you want me to be. I could be, a therapist. I could be, mad, sad, happy. Whatever you want my mood to be, I could be.
If they
yeah, as long as you're paying right,
What's the cheesiest line, you're a beautiful girl, that one of your patrons gave
Well,
you?
one time, a guy was looking at the menu. I was like, "Do you know what you want?" And he's like, "Well, I've been searching and searching, and I can't find you on here."
Oh, good line. Nice and cheesy. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's
So,
great. How long
but
you been
yeah, I mean, I've been there 15 years, so I've heard a lot of different things over the time.
Do you have security there? Because if you have to throw somebody out, do you just call the police, or what do you do?
I mean, yeah, but look, everyone that knows me there knows that I'm not afraid to get down and tell these people to get out. And I'll just tell them, hey, look, you got to go. Dump out their drink, all that. They look at me. I've been cussed out. I've been thrown stuff over the bar, but I've had to call the police a couple times, but nothing like.
I have a great story about Ashley. Before I worked there, I was working at Montana Meat Company. My favorite video was, check out how tough Ashley is. There's this redneck couple in there, and she's doing something, trying to cut him off, and they go behind the bar and try to fight her. Yeah. And she got a full bar. And she didn't back down.
I was pregnant.
She's pregnant. That's right. Tell him.
I was 6 months pregnant, threw a drink at me. It was him and his wife came charging at me, but the whole bar had my back.
Yeah.
Was it crowded?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was crowded, and they were throwing, there was drinks flying. It was craziness, but the police did come. They ended up getting arrested. Apparently, they were down the street at Distill, got kicked out. I mean, they got kicked out of multiple bars, and this was at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. I think it was Easter Sunday, too.
Oh, boy. I guess they like alcohol. Hello.
Yeah.
Brad, you would love to marry all 4 girls that work at Chuck's, between Karina, Nikki, Amanda, and Ashley. Not only are they beautiful, but they could be the offensive lineman for a football team. They're that tough. They go. I've seen them all get in with customers, and it's they do it professionally, but it's tough. It's It's
Well, because
exciting.
we're women, so they're looking at us like, what are you gonna do? You know, like you're not tough. And I'm like, look, don't test me.
Don't
Don't you
test them.
always have backup in the kitchen?
Yeah,
This
like
stuff to
usually
come
because
up.
I mainly work swings. So like once the managers leave, I'm technically manager on duty.
Oh my goodness.
So, everyone comes to me like to handle stuff, but I have like usually like Thomas, and he's a big guy, like server that has my back. And then yeah, we got some kitchen people. So, but for the most part, I try to handle it on my own. But
Well, as Fish runs into the kitchen and hides, I have your back too. Let me put it that way,
Don't
okay?
mess up my hair.
Because I worked at a club for 14 years in Hollywood, and did I have to deal with some people. I mean, they got in my face, and it's kind of like you got to de-escalate,
yeah.
you know, kind of a martial arts
Yeah,
thing.
because I
And
mean, you got to think like these people have been drinking, all that. They're not in the right state of mind. So
correct,
you got to
correct.
kind of talk to them a certain way. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, for the most part, they all come back.
of
Don't even
course.
remember the next day. Like, I did what? Like,
Do they
yeah,
do
you
they
did that.
apologize? Do they
What do you
apologize?
mean I'm 86?
Yeah. Oh gosh.
Never.
Fish, do
I'm
they
sure you've
No.
had that
apologize?
fish.
Here's the thing. When I retired from managing, they said, "What do you want?" The guy said, "What do you want to work?" I want to work at Shuts because I knew all the girls and I knew that they built the business. I'm not trying to kiss ass. It's just I knew it would be good for me
Yeah.
personally, and they all have great following. And Brad, Chuck's in February. Ashley, you know this. Chuck is going to be 20 years old. You know what kind of run that is for a restaurant or a bar?
Wow.
20 years old, and very little. Other than that schmuck Fish that works there, there's no turnover in the bartenders. They've
No, we've
all of
all
them.
been there. I think
Yeah.
Amanda's been there 6 months longer than me, and I've been there, it'll be 15 years in September. And
Wow.
Nikki's been there about like 11, 12 years.
Oh,
Karina's been with the company the longest, I think, like, because she was at the other shuck, so she's been there like 20 years.
25.
Yeah, about 20, yeah, I was gonna say 20 something years. And then who else do we have?
Me, 20
Oh,
years in the
yeah, you. And
company.
then, yeah, so
How
none of
about
us leave.
Josh? How about Josh? Josh has been the general manager and
Yep.
bartender there for 20 years almost. That's unheard of in
Yeah,
this
none
business.
of
It
us
doesn't
really
happen.
leave. You hear like some other like, bars around Shucks, they have a lot of turnovers. Let's be honest,
They
oh,
do.
who's my girlfriend that works about 100 yards away?
Oh,
Uh,
you can promote the other place? Yeah, yeah. It's not your
no,
girlfriend. You have a crush on anyone that has legs. Okay.
anybody who has a
He
pulse. What are
brought
you talking about?
we had Deja from Timbers on, and Brad
Oh,
fell in
okay, yeah,
love, and
that's right in
she
the
worked.
same parking lot.
Yeah, she
Yes,
works graveyard, and
she's a care.
she
She's
says
Well,
hello,
really
I
nice.
think
Brad.
what makes Chuck's more, because I mean, there's like what, how many bars down Durango? You have so many. And so there's a lot of competition, but what makes it different is one, we've all been there a long time. So all of the customers, know us. And when you, like, let's be honest, when you go to a bar, how nice is it? You just walk in, they know your drink, they know what you want to eat, they got your player's card, I mean, your ashtray.
They want
However you
every.
like anything, we have it. So you don't have to ask, you don't have to,
Yeah.
we know pretty much your whole life. We know what you
Right.
do like,
Right.
don't like, how you're going to be after 5 drinks. And we know you pre-drinking, post-drinking.
Oh gosh.
We know what to order you when you drink too much. We know to water your drink down. Like, it's just one of
Oh,
those
that's.
local bars. And the food we offer, where can you
Oh,
go
so
and
good.
get
Yeah.
seafood, have steak and crab, or yeah, steak and crab, steak and shrimp, and, a
Yeah.
whole seafood boil while gambling with your greasy fingers. And
Oh, that makes a great bar. It's like Cheers. Everybody knows your name. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? That's so important because people want, they're coming in, either they're depressed or happy or sad or whatever. And then they go, Ashley, can I ask you a question? What would you do in this situation? And then you should have went to UNLV and got your therapist license,
Right.
right?
She has it. She has it. That's doing it this long.
Well, I
Trust
do
me.
have my nursing degree.
Oh, what?
I have a bachelor's in nursing.
Hello,
I
McFly.
know.
Oh
I
my
know.
goodness
Well, I'll tell
gracious.
you what, Brad. You're in there a lot. She's not always there. You come in on graveyard when you come to town. If you ever pass out, do it on her shift because you want her giving your mouth to mouth instead of
Oh
me.
my God. Help.
I am
Respect
CPR
your
certified.
boyfriend. Respect your boyfriend. Oh yeah, I would love that. I'd fall down. Help. Help me. I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, that's you, buddy. That's you. Her,
God,
you
Ashley.
love her. You love her boyfriend, Pat. Pat and I
The
went to a
song in
Raider
the
game one.
background. Yeah.
Well,
like
Pat and I went to a Raider game one time in 2021, and I don't remember it.
I'm sure he barely
I know we
remembers it
lost.
either.
Yeah, Pat
No, it's
doesn't
great.
tell anybody he did a social at the Raider game with you. That was a little
No.
embarrassing. Yeah, who?
No, who
I
wants to
don't
hang
even.
out with
I don't
me?
like.
Well,
to show up to you.
he's a Redskins fan, so I think he
Ah,
just went for the company of Eric.
No,
yeah.
it was actually they were playing Washington. You know.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
And
wow. See, that's
yeah.
as much
So
as I know.
I'm gonna tell you a really quick story that Ashley doesn't know. So
yeah.
Pat goes to another part of the stadium because there's a competing bar called Steiner's that has a tailgate. And all the guys, Mike Lawton and Roger Sachs, love them, right? We
Oh, I
can't
know
find
Roger
Pat.
Sachs. He was at my bar mitzvah. I love
Well,
that.
wait, hang on. Roger Sachs was at your bar mitzvah? He
I'm goofing
he
on you, buddy. I don't know
well, he
Roger
went to he
Sachs.
went to
I'd
Union
like to
High
meet him.
School. He also went to Beverly Hills and Union High School. You might know him.
Oh my
So
goodness. How old is he?
yeah,
My age?
yeah,
Old?
around your age. So make a long story short, listen to this. So
Where'd our
Pat,
girl go? Where'd our girl
I
go?
don't
Hold
know.
on one second.
Yeah,
Okay, no problem.
Oh,
she's big.
There
sorry.
she
Can you hear
is.
me? Sorry.
So my son goes, Dad, are you text Pat? It's halftime, right? Pat. So I turn around and I said, he goes, I'll be there. I'll be there. He comes walking down the aisle. He's got like 5 things of nachos and he has chips and he's giving it to people. I'm not kidding. I'm not exaggerating.
What?
He's giving it to people in the row. And then I was happy for him because Washington won in the last seconds of the game. You know how that goes.
Oh,
He's just a good guy. You
yeah.
did good, Ash.
Good
He's
for
a
you,
good
Ash.
guy. He handles me and all my how many dogs? I have like 9 dogs here right now.
Let's talk
Wow.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you meet Pat?
How'd I meet Pat? Actually at Chuck's.
No way.
Yep.
You threw him out and then you fell in love.
Pretty
Good.
much.
Yeah, pretty much.
I had to keep waking him up on the bar like, dude, come on.
That is fun. See, there's no coincidences in life. There's things happen for a reason. He
It's
doesn't.
true.
He goes to Timbers down the way. See my girlfriend. You don't ever meet him, right?
Yep, there you
that's how
go.
it works. And I don't meet fish. Oh God, how did I
Actually,
meet
it was
this
during
guy?
like COVID times because I was off work for 3 months and was like, hey, you want to go? I think we just randomly went to Austin, Texas right before everything closed down. And then COVID hit and then we're just hanging out all the time. And that's all she wrote.
Now we got to segue to something that's near and dear to my heart. You rescue dogs.
I do. And,
How did
I started it during COVID.
Wow. How did it start? Why did you
Well,
do
this is
it?
how it actually really started. So I was in my bed and I'm scrolling and I follow all these dog pages because I've been passionate about dogs since I was a kid. And I see this family, they're homeless and they're living in the car with their 3 dogs and their
Oh,
kids and can barely feed their kids, let alone their dogs.
oh.
So I'm crying. I'm probably on my period or something. I don't know. I'm so emotional. I have my son with me and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go because they were at the Animal Foundation trying to surrender their dogs. Well, the Animal Foundation was so full, they could not accept any more dogs. So they were like basically saying, we're going to have to let our dogs out on the street and let them fend for themselves. And this is like in the, about to be summertime. So it's hot.
Right.
I literally get my son, put him in his car seat, go to Animal Foundation, have no idea what I'm about to get myself into. And mind you, I already had 2 shepherds at home. And I see these people, they have an emaciated shepherd and like 2 other kind of like mixed dogs. Threw them all in my car, had no plan, took them home, started just contacting people, looking up, posting on my Facebook. And then I was able to get in touch with a rescue group, who I'm now with, a Home for Spot. And they were like, all right, can you keep them? I was like, well, I guess. And they're like, okay, well, can you take them to the vet tomorrow, all 3 of them? And I'm like, okay, I guess. So I got all 3 in the car, took them, they paid for their shots, got them all fixed, microchipped, and they were adopted within a week.
All 3?
All 3 to different homes. Actually, 2 of them went to the same home because they were pretty bonded. And then the other shepherd went to another home, and I was like, wow, that was it? And then after that, that's all she wrote. I just kept seeing posts and I was like, okay, how can I help? How can I help? I started being like obsessive over it. And then that's it. I've been doing it ever since. And that was
Hey,
in like 2021, in the beginning of 2021.
Hey, Fish, girls that look like Ashley in life are taking selfies. Look at me, look at me. And she's got an amazing heart. What a mitzvah. What an amazing story. And if you're scrolling and you don't see those people, right? I mean, you don't rescue those dogs and they don't find a forever
Right.
home. Wow.
Yep. So
Well,
that's
good
what,
thing
and
she
now I follow so many dog pages. I actually have a pretty good following on my Facebook. So like every day, like people reach out to me and like my Facebook and everything blows up constantly. Like, can you help a dog? Can you help a dog? Can you help this dog? So
Oh my
I always
goodness.
have some kind of dog in my home, or I'm placing a dog, or I'm reaching out. Now I'm with like multiple rescues. So I can reach out to multiple rescues and say, hey, can you take on this dog? But I mean, right now we're in such a crisis because of, the prices of homes and, rentals, people not able to bring their dogs into the home. So people are just abandoning their dogs, letting their dogs go. And
Oh my gosh.
Animal
How do you
Foundation is overwhelmed. They can't take on dogs anymore. So it's just
Oh man.
Oh,
Dogs are
sad.
dogs are,
better than people. Dogs are
oh yeah,
better than
100%.
people. I
That's
Absolutely.
why I have so many dogs.
I have a great story. So my 12th grade English teacher,
Hmm.
I walked up to his desk when I was 17 years old at University High School, and I said, "Mr. Gardner, how you doing?" He goes, he's reading the Wall Street Journal. He was at the end of his line, you know.
Uh-huh.
He goes, "What do you want?" I go, "I just want to talk to you for a minute. We're done with our class today." So he goes, "All right, move the trash can, bring the chair up. What do you want?" I go, "I just want to tell you, you're the best teacher I've ever had. You're my favorite teacher." And he looks at me and
It's probably
goes,
like, what do you want?
"Yeah, Mr. Grunberg, I have a feeling you're going to squeak by. You'll pass my class." And I was failing. And for 43 years, I was his wingman, and he passed this year, May 3rd.
Oh.
And but he was he worked out every day. He ate grass and water. I go, "Why don't you get a dog?" He goes,
Hmm.
I can't do a dog. I'm so busy. I go, "You're retired. What are you talking?"
Yeah.
So I took him to his place, tried to get him a dog, rescue a dog. He rescued a dog himself on Super Bowl Sunday. Libby, she was
Aw.
2 years old, German short-haired pointer.
Uh-huh.
For 13 years, he had her. She lived for
Aw.
15. And then he wasn't an emotional guy. He cried when she
Oh
passed.
yeah.
Yeah, cried like a baby.
Listen, you'll see guys that won't, Mr. Tough Guy, but you see their
Oh my
dog when
God.
their dog passes or something.
He
I
had no
mean,
kids. Yeah.
I could watch somebody die in a movie, but I see a dog die or something, a
Oh,
dog get hurt, I'm crying.
I am too. I mean,
I've
yeah.
I've
Go ahead.
cried more. I've cried more when my animals have died than I have at some people in my
No,
family's
seriously. I'm
funerals.
like,
Actually,
it
yeah,
sounds it sounds crazy, but dogs
yeah.
love you unconditionally. And even these dogs that have, been through so much, been tortured, been, left
Oh,
outside, never shown love, they still forgive, like humans, and they still
unconditional love.
crave that
Yeah.
love and show you that love,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah. Have you ever rescued a dog and then somebody at Chuck's said, "I'm looking for a dog"? Is
Oh
that
yeah,
ever?
all the time. I have multiple customers that have adopted from
Wow.
me. And
Oh
I've been
my.
on the news with a couple of my dogs. I actually kept one of them that I was on the news with. He's a tripod. He got
Oh,
thrown out of the car by his owners, then got hit by a car. And then for 3 days he was in the desert because he ran off. Finally
oh,
found them after people were searching. Finally found him there, laying there, and his leg was so dangled up. He went to
oh,
the Animal Foundation. He was microchipped, so they actually called the owners, and the owners like, we don't want him. So they were just gonna,
oh,
after 3 day hold, they just mercy euthanize him. And he was only 4
oh,
years old. And so
oh.
I saw the post and I was like, okay, I cannot have this dog die just because his owners, let him down. So last minute, he was going to be euthanized at 4 p.m. At 3 p.m., I found a rescue. I said, hey, I will foster this dog if you pull him. And he needed his leg amputated. I mean, his leg was like mangled and he had been out there for 3 days already.
Oh,
So I went and picked him up from the Animal Foundation. The rescue got him into the vet, and I was with him through his whole entire amputation. Then he got an infection, had to have another surgery. Then he got a super infection, had to have another surgery. Barely had enough skin to close everything up. But because of like my nursing stuff, I was able to get him all like better and like situated and handle it all. And then, yeah, that was all she wrote. And I've had him since. It's been
have you
like
You
always?
2.5 years now.
And what's his name? Or her?
Morty.
Morty?
Mm-hmm.
What a
love.
great name.
I don't even know where he's
So
at.
Ashley,
They're all somewhere.
what's the
Yes.
most? Ash, what's the most? How many dogs what's the most dogs you've had in your house at one time?
14.
14.
I had a mama dog, so I had my baby. My
14.
son was 2 months old, and I took on a whole mama dog and her 7 puppies from
Wow.
birth all the way until 8 weeks when they got adopted.
Pick up that one
Pat,
dog you had on rehearsal. Pick the dog up that's looking for. Go
Where'd
get
he
that
go?
dog, and we could get a
Oh,
live
he's
picture of this
sitting.
dog.
He's laying right underneath me. Come here, bud.
oh my
Yeah.
God.
So does Brad
Oh,
wish.
no. Yeah.
This is Kaiser.
Oh,
Kaiser.
He's my newest
Kaiser.
foster.
Oh, look at.
Oh, sweet. Give him a kiss. Give him a
He's
kiss.
got
Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss
little
on the kiss.
sharp razor blades.
Oh,
But he's so sweet.
Will you kiss him for us? Kiss him on the kiss. Oh,
yeah,
I love it.
And I got kisses back. He still has the puppy
Oh, look
breath.
at that.
Oh, he's got
Yeah.
So
the.
this little guy was
How old?
found as a stray. He was just roaming around the neighborhood, and they posted all over, went house to house, everything. No one ever claimed him. And then the family that found him were unable to keep him, so they reached out to me, and I was like, all right, just bring him over. And they dropped him off to me, and he goes on Monday and gets his shots and fully
Oh,
vetted and everything, and then he'll
Oh,
be available for adoption. But yeah,
dogs
he
know
he
when
likes
you
to
take
bite.
care of them.
Oh yeah, he
Dogs
follows me
know.
everywhere. I mean, I barely had him, and we even last night he could care less about the fireworks. He snuggled up with my son all night, and
Oh my goodness.
yeah. But as I said, this is what I'm talking about. Like this dog. I mean, he's young, but his owners clearly didn't care about him or out looking for him or anything, and he still loves all people.
I have
Follows me
something to say. I
everywhere.
got something to say. Pat, you girlfriend up. Put a ring on it. Come on now, buddy. What are you doing?
I know, right?
Come on, Pat. You're my hero. Gee,
pony
gee.
up. One time,
But hey,
Ashley,
when I'm
Ashley put.
working and doing everything, he has to sit here and take care of all these dogs too. So
Wow.
There's that Norman Rockwell moment when you have a picture that should be in National Geographic or Big Mac Time magazine. She put a picture one time on Facebook of her 7-year-old son, Braden, and he's taking a nap on a couch, and there's 7 dogs, and they're sleeping with him, and it's
Mhm.
silhouetted where he's in the middle, and you couldn't even choreograph it. All the dogs are sleeping with this kid,
Yeah.
and I'm like, God, what a great experience
We
for
have
a
a
kid to do.
very well routine here. Like everyone's like, how do you do it with so many dogs? I'm like, look, my dogs eat at the same time. We go to bed at the same time. They know it's just like a kid. Or like anyone, you thrive on a routine, like, it's like, that's how the best way to train a puppy and everything else. Like they need to know, like, okay, my dogs know I feed them at 5:30 every morning. So they're right there in my face, 5:30, like on the dot. And then,
Hey, Ash,
we go to
I got a
bed.
serious, yeah, I got a
Yeah.
serious question for you because there seems to be a little bit of a concern here, and Brad just went through this, and I
Hmm.
have too. It seems like you can't take a dog to a veterinarian and get out of there with less than 175,
Oh,
and
no.
and they're sticking the thermometer up their butt and taking their heart and something like that.
They've
Would you
hiked up their
recommend? Would you
prices.
would you recommend doggy insurance? And is there anything you
Oh,
recommend to make the
100%.
cost less?
I personally have dog insurance. I'll just
Okay.
actually an example. My dog just last month or 2 months ago found a lump on his side. And he's like an 8-year-old, almost 9-year-old shepherd. So I'm like, oh great, So that's not something like you play around with. I took him to the vet. He had to get blood work, and they got to do um all that pre stuff, and then they're like, hey, well, we can't really do anything until we go in, scrape it, send it in, all that. So I get my estimate, $2,000
Yep.
to go in there, remove it, send it in. Like,
Uh-huh.
not everyone has $2,000 plus all the money that I spent before that. And then on top of that, his legs were kind of acting weird. So they're like, okay, well, while he's under, we can also get x-rays. Well, that's another $300.
Wow. Yeah.
So total $2,500 for this surgery.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have insurance on him. So went in, he had his whole surgery, and my deductible is $250. So I was only responsible for $250.
That is amazing.
Then I was reimbursed 90%.
There we go.
Wow.
So I
There we
literally, okay, it's like $500, which I'll take, which total everything cost me like almost like 3,000.
Oh my.
I only had to pay the deductible and then 10%.
Right. Oh
So
my.
Talk
goodness.
about that, Brad. Let's have her talk about the website. I'm gonna put it up there right
Yeah.
now. Talk about
Yeah.
this. They're on the screen. It's homeforspot.com.
yes, so this is mainly like the rescue that I'm with. This dog Kaiser is with a Home for Spot. They list their dogs on there and they get new dogs every single day. I mean, it's a cry for help. Owner surrenders. Found this dog, especially right now with the
Wow.
holiday weekend, the 4th of July. There's so many dogs out there that, this is the opportunity where some people just dump their dogs and they don't want to reclaim them. I mean, and the Animal Foundation is crazy. So anyway, you can go on there. There's links to adopt a dog. You can search all the dogs that are available. There's a link on there to foster a dog. So like what I do. And when you foster a dog, the rescue provides everything. So if you need a kennel, you need dog food, you need treats, toys, bowls, dog beds, whatever you need, the rescue will provide. You don't ever come out of pocket with anything if you don't want to. I mean, you're able to buy whatever you want, but if you need something, the rescue will provide that. So it's basically just loving on a dog for however many, it could be, even if you could just do it for a week or 2 weeks or, usually the dogs get adopted pretty quick, but sometimes you have dogs that takes a little bit longer. But yeah, all the information's on there as far as if you're interested in adopting, fostering, volunteering, donating.
Wow.
Is this for only Las Vegas or is this nationwide?
This particular rescue is with Las Vegas.
Okay.
There's so many rescues out
Yes.
there. I mean, you can go on there and just Google search rescues in Las Vegas, and they all kind of operate the same. As far as you can donate to any of the rescues, you can volunteer with any of them, you can foster with any of them, and then you can adopt. I mean, each rescue has there's certain like rescues, like there's a shepherd rescue. If you're looking for just specifically a shepherd, they have just shepherds. They have like a beagle rescue. They have a bulldog rescue, but a Home for Spot has a little bit of everything. I mean, they have big dogs, small dogs. We don't really do cats. Sometimes we have cats on there, but they do guinea pigs.
Wow. That's
So,
fantastic. That is
yeah.
unbelievable. I mean, in life, you help people, right? You
Hmm.
give back. You have a great life. Things are going your way. Help others. Give. I mean, especially a dog. I mean, they
Yep.
did nothing wrong. They did
No.
nothing wrong. They just want love. And
Well, it
they
makes
give
me
it
so
right.
upset when I see on the news and everything like this dog. Like recently, there was a dog left out in the kennel
Oh,
outside for almost 24 hours, no
God.
food, no water, and
Oh,
it was a Frenchie. Like those, first of all, those kind of breeds cannot
that's
be left.
isn't that a Lady Gaga dog? That's a Lady
Yeah,
Gaga
something like
Frenchie.
that,
Yeah, yeah,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
Lady
But
Gaga.
By
yeah,
the
the
way,
dog
she's a
ended
great
up,
person.
the neighbors saw it and called police and animal control. But by the time everyone got there, the dog ended up going to cardiac arrest and, unfortunately died. And the lady was like, well, I was sleeping inside, went to work, fed her kids,
What?
fed herself, went back to sleep and left that dog out there that entire time. Didn't even care to bring it inside. Like, okay,
Oh my
you
God.
want to put a dog in a crate? That's fine. Bring it inside, provide food, provide water, provide, a bed in there, and then when you come back home or whatever, let the dog out to go do its business and everything. But don't leave the dog out in 100-degree weather to basically, just die like a painful death.
Oh,
You
So,
know, so
unbelievable.
Ashley, you know that I'm pretty prompt on getting to work because I relieve her like tonight.
yep,
She'll be
I got to work
bartending.
tonight.
I'll come in and take her out. Right.
And then
Last
I
night,
got to work again at 8 a.m. So I'll be relieving
you'll
you.
take. Yeah, we're gonna we're gonna do a lot of double time. We're gonna do
Yeah.
we're gonna see each other, which is great. But last night, Ashley, I'm the only idiot in the planet that hates July 4th for one reason.
Right.
My dog is so goes.
Afraid.
We give him the commie. We give her the commie treats, Ash.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, I don't know about Annie, but Molly was wimping and she was. I didn't want to go to. I was going to
Aw.
call Nikki. Nikki was
Yeah.
working last night and said, Nikki, I might be 15 minutes late. I didn't want to leave my house because my dog was in duress for the
Yeah.
fireworks. You
Yep,
know,
yep.
it's
I
just,
know.
it's insane.
I had to
That's how much
give
you
a
love your
couple
dog.
of my. I have a shepherd who has very sensitive ears. He's got like chronic ear infections and all that. So he's just sensitive to any type of noise and all of that. So I had to get from the vet some trazodone and some gabapentin and do a little
No.
cocktail to just kind of. And then we had
Wow.
the relaxing like on YouTube. Oh,
Uh-oh.
yeah.
Is everything okay?
No, yeah. We
Okay.
had a relaxing like music going on. So,
So you
which
really
that
have
helped. And because we went to my mom's house for a little bit for like a barbecue, but they were all pretty. And my other dogs aren't as bad, but yeah, I definitely have to give them something.
Are you born in Vegas? Did you go
Yep,
to
born and
school?
raised.
Wow, really?
Mhm.
Incredible. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
God, Ashley, this is amazing what you do. I want to go back to the bartending for
Yeah.
a second. What's the biggest tip you ever got?
Oh God.
That's a
Actually, well, I had somebody hit for.
oh,
Well, I've had somebody hit for like 20,000. You know, Lee, 20,000. Eric knows Lee.
wait, is that my
20,000.
buddy? Is that
No,
my
not
buddy?
Lee Lipton. No, it's
No.
a
okay.
female Lee.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And 10,000. So I mean, I've gotten $2,000 tips, $1,000 tips.
Wow,
So.
that's
What
fantastic.
what
So
what I
based on
should
gambling.
tell the audience, Brad, because Fish and Snacks is in episode number 3, is that what we do in Las Vegas is only indigenous to Las Vegas. People don't understand. Even my brothers can't understand. What do you mean?
Mhm.
People tip you on gambling? I said, yeah.
Mhm.
We're not a normal bar like in California. I've been to Mom's
Right.
Saloon, a nightclub. You're making 1,000 drinks, hoping to make $200, right? You
Mhm.
know, there we get tipped. Brad, you know this, but just for our audience, if you bartend in Las Vegas, it's a lot different than any other place.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean Vegas is Vegas, not
Mhm.
even Atlantic City or the Virgin Islands and all that stuff. Vegas is the Brat Pack. Vegas is legendary for so many things, but definitely 24/7, right, you guys?
Yeah.
24
I know
7.
we get people that call, are you guys closed? I'm like, closed. You guys
Yeah.
still serving food? Yeah, we're 24/7.
And I heard the owners of Shucks Tavern are amazing
Mhm.
because they hired Fish. Oy.
Ugh, that wasn't amazing. That was the
That was,
risk. That was the risk. But they
uh,
had, like, you know what? I would say, I would just say, not to kiss. I hate it. Sounds like we're
you
doing a
are
big.
kissing ass.
No,
Don't
I'm
worry
not.
about it.
I've
Okay.
been in this business 45 years, and the one thing about our owners and the managers, and Ashley will attest to this, they're fair. All you could ask
Mhm.
a manager or an owner is to be fair and
Yeah.
open-minded, and they are, and that's why.
That's why we don't
You know,
leave.
wow, it's a family there. I'll tell you, it's a big time family there.
Mhm.
Ashley and the girls are like daughters to me. I mean, I remember when Ashley was a busser. She was a
I
busser at
What?
was.
Shucks.
I started as a
Yeah,
busser when I was
No, you
19.
didn't. The
Uh-huh.
hottest busser ever. Oh my God.
yeah.
Does she know Aiden Minks?
Yep.
Of course, she knows Aiden
I just
Meeks.
worked with Aiden on Wednesday
He's a
and
real
Sunday.
character. Isn't he great? What a
Yeah.
great, humble kid. I love him and the whole family. Oh man, Ashley, this has been amazing.
Yeah.
Why
Thank
don't
you
you
guys for
talk
having
about
me.
yeah,
So
definitely.
much
We're gonna
fun.
have you back on. Could you talk about your website one more time so people
Okay.
will call you and rescue a dog?
Wait, sorry, what was that?
Oh, you need to talk about your website one more
I'll
time.
Oh
talk
yeah.
about that
So
website.
a homeforspot.com right here on the screen. Like I said, if you're ever interested in adopting, or you want to foster, or you just want to volunteer, we do adoption events every Saturday. We have 2 locations. We have one at the Bogarts in Summerlin off Fort Apache, and then we have another one at the PetSmart on Craig and MLK. So we do it every Saturday. We didn't do one today because of after the fireworks and everything like that.
Right.
But yeah, you can go on there. You can donate. You can, like I said, volunteer at the adoption events, or just walking a dog that's in boarding, or you can sponsor a dog in boarding, or just sponsor any type of dog by donating. So
I mean,
yeah.
to do what you do, and I have another friend of mine, Michael Stellman. He
Hmm.
fosters dogs, and it takes a lot of time and
Yeah.
effort to do it. You have 10
Like I
kids.
said, you're not getting paid for this. It's something you just do
Do
because you
right.
want to, you know?
Yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
get paid for this position or anything. This is just like my hobby, you know? Everyone's like, "Oh my God, how do you have so many dogs to do this and that?" And I'm like, I don't know, because I genuinely am passionate about it. When you're passionate about something, you just
Something,
you
yeah.
just do it, you know?
And you're
Well,
passionate
I'll
about
tell you
being
what, Ash,
Fish's
what we're going to do
friend.
I'm sorry, Brad. Go ahead.
No, I said you're also passionate about being Fish's friend. Hello.
I am.
Come on. It's like family.
I
So
got
what
up
we'll do on
early
Fish and
just to do this.
yeah, thank you. You
I'm
know,
kidding. I'm up early every day.
you never
I
sleep.
got kids, dogs.
Right. And
Unbelievable.
this kid never stops. So what we'll do on Fish and Snacks is we're gonna put that on every episode. We're gonna do a shout out at homeforspot.com because of
Oh,
our
well,
passion
thank
for
you.
dogs. And before you get out of here, tell
Mhm.
everyone in Vegas Nation your shifts. When do you work at Chuck's Tavern on North Durango?
So I work Friday, Saturday, Sunday mainly, swing shifts, 6 to midnight. And then I pick up shifts here and there, but that's mainly my schedule. So
6 p.m. to midnight.
6 p.m. to midnight. So usually Fish relieves me Friday night,
Oh,
Saturday night.
you
I
see
know.
him when you get off work?
I get
Oh,
to see him
God.
every weekend.
You're very lucky.
Little
65
nice and
brother.
chippery Fish, ready to work.
Ready to go. Oh,
Thank
When
you.
I'm ready to go to sleep, he's up and chippery. I'm like, all right.
Well, I know that kid. I know she's up at 5 in the morning with the like. Remember, she's got a 7-year-old and a baby, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 4,000 dogs. I mean,
Yep,
the word
pretty
nap.
much.
The word nap is only in her baby's vocabulary of that. Not when's the last time you took a nap, Ashley?
Oh, those don't exist in my life.
Thank you. Yeah.
Did Pat give you a foot massage
um,
anytime
he
lately?
has not yet. So, we'll talk about that.
We'll get
Pat,
him on that
foot
one.
massage, baby. Come on now.
Come on, Burger.
Ashley B. Give her a nice hand, everybody.
Ashley
Come on
B.
now.
Thank you, Ashley.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Ashley. You should
All right,
only
guys.
sei gesund. That's what our grandmas would say. That's Yiddish for you should only live and be well. Thank
Oh,
you
well,
so
thank you.
much.
All right, guys. See ya.
Thank you so
See you
much.
tonight.
Bye.
Bye.
Oy vey. Oh, she's great.
Yeah, wasn't that great? Wow.
Isn't she great? Oh, she's so sweet. How does it, I mean, girls today are all about look at me,
Right.
right? Look at me. Look at my tushy. Look at my boobies, all that stuff. She's a beautiful woman and she does all this stuff. And a nurse and she's got 9 dogs. It's so good. There's still good people in the world, Fish.
Yeah, her Facebook page is her family, the boys, her boyfriend, and the dogs. Always a dog fostering, and it's just. I said she's perfect for the show because one, I work with her, I could plug Shucks and plug her shifts, and that's
Yeah.
self-serving. But the main thing is the dogs, and dogs are so popular. I mean, tell I want you know what I want to get down and dirty with you first.
Please
If
don't.
you're going through it, and you're always a happy-go-lucky guy. And for the last 2 years and a couple of weeks, we've been doing podcasts. I've got to know you like a brother. But tell our audience when you're down how important Annie is in your life.
Well, first of all, my dad is 93 years old. He just turned 93, and he's instilled some great values. Every day is a gift.
Right.
Tomorrow's a brand new day. So if you're having a bad day today, people, it's a clean slate overnight, and you start fresh the next day. Your life, I'm an actor 39 years, your life can turn overnight. And it's had for
Right.
me. I wasn't working as an actor, and then all of a sudden I got a major film. I got 3 national commercials and a pilot, TV pilot. I'm telling you, you got positivity and love. That's how you live your life. And
Right.
even if you made mistakes, you say you're sorry, you make amends, and you move on. That's it. That's how life is. But you've been a blessing in my life. We met a long time ago, and you're a phenomenal actor. But you listen. Hopefully, we get
Let
some
me
stuff
tell you
going.
something, Brad. Do you
Yeah.
think that bartending, now you've done it, and
Yeah.
you talked about your 14-year career at the Hollywood Tropicana. You had to act. You're an actor, so it's easy for you because you are watching everything that goes on in that room between the girls and the customers. Bartending is acting. It is absolutely reading a room. Okay, I got 15 people gambling. Like Ashley said, we got people playing, $500 hands of blackjack. I got to talk to them differently than I could talk to you. I know I could post. You could be losing $150. I know I could still talk to you. So you
Right.
learn certain acting tools when you bartend.
Right. And
Right.
in the
Now,
long run, Shucks makes money because the longer they drink and gamble, right? That they could be winning 10,000 and then they piss it away and they go into their pocket and but again, it's fun. People, it's like a release, But tell us a great Shucks story. We haven't really addressed this. Do you have any really
no, there's a lot
amazing?
of, well, I said this before, but it involves me. And why not? So I'm very vain. If I have a hair out of place, I go crazy. Okay. This is the way I am. It's not narcissism. It's just I like to look good because when you approach a certain age, why not? So my biggest pet peeve is, do I have earwax or boogers in my nose or eye snot or something like that? These two beautiful girls come in the bar, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. They're strippers. This happened
Strippers?
literally
Strippers?
this
Oh,
the same night that you came in to do the Mom Saloon thing. I worked that night when we're doing a documentary on Mom Saloon. These
yeah.
two girls. So I'm on a high and I'm looking good, and I'm two strippers coming. They're drop dead gorgeous. You would have had a heart attack right there. I'm talking the whole time. I got to go to the bathroom, and I walk around. The bar. I walk around the bathroom. I go in the bathroom, and I got a booger in my nose. Now your ego tells you that fucking booger wasn't there in the 15 steps from leaving those girls.
Oh,
So it was an embarrassing moment for me at Chuck's. I've had so many great stories at Chuck's. I've had the stories of, the gambling, the big hits, throwing people out, which is never a good story. A great story involved Aiden Minks. All right, he was cooking for me one night, and there's this drop dead, probably 45. And his mom's not like to hear this conversation. 45-year-old. She's a cocktail waitress at the MGM. Okay. I would never mention her name. It's indiscreet, Charlotte. And she's sitting there and she loves our Orleans.
and then I went to the University of Arizona, and I was in a movie called Revenge of the Nerds 1, and I got my SAG card, and I'm like, or a SAG eligibility to join. And I took all my money out of my bank, $872.40. And I became a SAG actor. Now it's SAG-AFTRA, but it was the greatest decision. If you want to, don't think about money in life. Find something you love and do it. If you want to be a garbage man, be the greatest garbage man. Anything you want to do, be happy. Because I have so many friends that are multimillionaires, and they're just, I envy you, Brad. Snacks, you did what you wanted to do. I'm miserable. I work for my father-in-law. He's just the devil. And yes, I have money, but money is the root of all evils. Please listen to me. I know I've lived the life. We're in show number 3 of Fish and Snacks. We did Fat Fish for 2 years, and now we're on Fish and Snacks, and we're out of the gates really fast, and it's been so much fun. My friends go and they love it. They love the podcast. Since we started 3 shows ago, we have gained every week. So please tell your friends about Fish and Snacks, and they'll be your friend forever. Fish, are you coming back? All right. Well, that's it for us today. If Fish comes back in 30 seconds, we'll do it. But it's been a great ride. We're still riding together. And please listen to us. We talk sports. By the way, let's talk some sports. I think the Raiders, Fish's favorite team, are going to do very well. They got Pete Carroll, who's one of the greatest coaches of all time, USC, Seattle, and now he's in Vegas, and he's going to kick some butt. Fish is a huge football fan. I'm a huge basketball fan. And the Lakers got Ayton from University of Arizona in Phoenix, and then Portland to be their center. He is going to be great for the Lakers. I just hope LeBron James, who I love, doesn't do a Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers and stick around. Leave on top. You don't need the money, and then help others, which LeBron James does. People don't know what he does for people and kids and all that stuff. He's from Cleveland, Ohio, man. When you're from Cleveland, Ohio, you know what life's about, But ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brad Snacks Grunberg, and then Eric Fish Schneider. He's doing something. But we'll see you next week on show number 4 of Fish and Snacks.